money because they don't want to deliver beer in their job.
Yeah, this is an interesting one, right?
Yeah. You want to go into it, or you?
Yeah, we can talk about it.
Let's do it a little bit, and then I got Judge Neapolitan Ice Cream on.
I love ice cream.
His little
probably
view
help
on
my
that.
throat feel a little better today.
No, actually, it clogs more. So
does it?
Yeah. You're better off with tea and honey or something like that.
I hate tea, and I don't like honey very much.
You don't like eating your honey? So anyways, these Muslims, they refused to deliver beer because they were a beer delivery company. They didn't see it coming.
Yeah. Well,
and
sure, so
they sued the company.
So they had a religious objection
Yeah.
to delivering beer to people, which is fine. They can absolutely have that.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. It's very similar to a baker having a religious objection to baking a cake for a gay marriage.
Yeah.
Right? It's the same thing. Now,
What's
in
different?
that case, the baker is forced, right, by the courts,
Right.
to bake the cake or to take pictures at the wedding or whatever. In this case,
but these Muslims, they got fired.
they got fired because they didn't do their job,
Right.
which seems appropriate.
And you saying the feds got involved or somebody gets involved?
Well, of course.
The feds got involved.
Of course.
And they also sued and won in a court of law $250,000 because they didn't do their job. I want to do that.
Yeah. It's a heck of a way to make a living, isn't
I'm going to do that. I'm going to tell my boss, I don't believe in groundwater anymore. It's against my religion, and I'm not going to go out and sample it anymore. But that's your job. Yeah. Fire me. Okay, you're fired. I'll see you in court.
Yeah.
It's my religion. I'm a druid. Okay, so...
Do druids not like groundwater?
They hate it.
Do they?
No, they like surface water. They like streams and rivers and lakes.
But not groundwater,
It's
huh?
dirty.
I didn't.
Dirty. Groundwater's dirty.
Didn't know they discriminated so much.
Dirt
But
in
all
there.
right.
Yeah. They don't like that. We don't like that.
Yeah, so it seems...
So what's the
it
difference,
seems, what is the difference?
Well, you want to hear what the good judge says?
Well, yeah, of
course you do.
Maybe the ad before and some
Feds
buffering.
literally send investigators in. It's the EEOC, the commissioners of which are appointed by the president. And the investigators say, well, you could change this delivery route and you could rebottle the trucks this way so that these guys can have a beer-free truck. So you have federal agents telling private industry how to run their businesses based upon a political model rather than leaving these businesses alone to run themselves as their owners see fit. That's where we are in America today.
No,
the feds literally...
Now, I will tell you that they do similar things in other areas, such as if you have a requirement for a position that somebody has to walk and carry
now you
something.
sound like Miss America, such as...
such as like...
Yeah, like, I like flowers. Anyways,
we have problems such as America, such
America's.
as...
So go ahead. I'm sorry.
I don't remember.
I know. I knew that would screw you up. No, you have other regulations.
Well, not regulation, but the EEOC, what it's all about. And by the way, businesses now have to have entire departments that they have to pay people to make sure you're in compliance with EEOC stuff, right? So, like, if you have a requirement that you have to be able to carry something 100 yards, and you get an applicant that can't really carry things, you have to say, well, I guess we could get a cart for you, right? Which is okay. Yeah. But it sounds like they took that same logic.
Yeah.
Right, which I don't think applies. I think that's a completely different situation.
So. Because they could do this job physically.
Absolutely.
This is not a physical handicap.
And I don't know, was beer a new thing?
I think it was just discovered. Never been heard of until this year.
Was it? Did this company always deliver beer?
I don't know.
Okay, yeah, I don't know. So maybe it was like the that dumb
first they did soft
in Kansas. Was it Kansas? The city
Dorothy?
The clerk. Kentucky.
Oh, Kentucky, yeah.
Kentucky, the county clerk.
Whatever her name
where
is.
she said her job changed after she accepted it, right? The law changed. Was it similar here where they didn't deliver beer and then all of a sudden they started?
Yeah,
I don't know if that's the case. But.
I don't know. It doesn't matter. They were hired to deliver stuff in a truck.
Yeah, exactly what Judge Napolitano said. Private business running the business the way they want, and the federal government steps in and says, well, you could have ran your business differently and should have, right?
So on the one hand, you got liberals that are backing, the Muslims, and on the other hand, you got the conservatives backing the not gay baker. So you have two political parties trying to interpret private businesses.
Yeah, well, except I would say, yeah. But I side more with the baker than I do
with the delivery truck driver.
Yeah,
or the company that does that.
Yeah.
Why?
Well, not the company. You're talking liberal conservative, right?
Yeah.
I don't think it's. In my mind, it's not backing a non-gay baker, right? It's backing private industry being able to do business however and with whoever they want.
Yeah, okay.
I see that as a difference.
Yeah, you're right. That's
really, religion has nothing to do with it for me. It's either freedom or it's not freedom.
Right. And both these cases, though, involve religion.
Well, sure.
Yeah. So there's that.
Coincidence?
No, I don't think so. That's why. Yeah, never mind.
All right, you want to?
Well, I want to talk
take
about
a break, or you want to what?
Regulations. Let's go real quick because it won't take long. Bernie Sanders says he has serious problems with Uber because it's unregulated. Really? It's unregulated? They can run amok and do whatever they want in the states and cities they drive in?
Well, if you're an Uber driver, you don't need a driver's license or a registered car.
Right.
Did you know that?
Right. Or pay taxes. And
no,
do all
you
kinds
don't have
of stuff.
to do any of that stuff. Or you can. You don't have to obey stop signs.
No, you're free to just be
it's great.
out there. It's
kind of like putting a service animal vest on your dog.
Yeah,
you could go anywhere.
Yeah, you can. Yeah. What he really, I'm going to translate. What he really meant it to say is because it's not regulated enough.
Yeah,
is what he meant.
That is what he meant. Hey, did you see he finally admitted that he wants to raise taxes on everybody?
Yeah.
Not just the rich people? Weird.
I saw a post. Now, I don't know if it's real, but it's one of those, Facebook posts.
Oh, yeah, those aren't usually real.
And Twitter, where a woman was talking about Bernie Sanders, and somebody said, well, I don't know how we're going to pay for all that stuff that he's going to propose and stuff. She goes, what don't you understand about free? He says it's going to be all free. Nobody will have to pay for anything.
Yeah.
I mean, I could see some people believing that.
Yeah.
I know
but he, in his own voice on video, admitted raising taxes on everybody as part of his plan.
Well, yeah, but everybody with a brain knew that. You can't increase government spending without getting the money from somewhere. And how do you get the money?
But what I'm saying is, if people paid attention, which they don't.
They don't.
Even with all the free stuff he's promising, he himself said that part of his plan is to raise taxes on everybody.
It's like that guy that goes around Dice. I can't think of his first name.
Leonard?
No, he does like Man on the Street, and he asks questions. Things. Well, anyways, California. So he went up to people and said, you're a Hillary supporter? Oh, yeah. Now, Hillary's, one of her platform items is repealing the Bill of Rights.
Yeah.
Just repealing all of them. Are you in favor of that? Oh, yeah. They're outdated, and we don't need the Bill of Rights and stuff. And he's just, really, And all these people were just explaining why the bill. They don't know what the Bill of Rights are.
No, they don't. Although I will say, we've said this a million times, we really shouldn't need the Bill of Rights. Right?
But
most of it is...
Theoretically, that's true.
Especially the ones that we always talk about, the First, Fourth, Fifth, Second Amendment. Those ones, for sure.
Yeah. They should be self-evident, right?
Yeah. Third Amendment, I don't know.
Quartering troops in your house?
Yeah, that one's not so obvious, right?
Right. And it must have been an issue, and it was.
It was. So let's take a break.
Okay,
and then when we come...
Do you want to do a trivia question? You do.
Of course I do.
All right.
I hope it's as good as the joke.
These are better than the joke.
I doubt it.
This is going to date it in the question, so it's going to help the listeners. Which president refused...
So that dated it.
Yep. To use the telephone for official business while in the White House?
Well, there's several.
That refused?
Well,
I don't know about that.
There's several that didn't agree to. Like Washington, for instance. He never agreed to use the telephone while he was in
No, he didn't.
office.
That's why I said it's dated. Because all of those... Now, here's a clue. All of those presidents that served before the telephone was invented,
yeah,
you can eliminate them.
because they didn't refuse.
They didn't refuse, nor did they.
Well, we don't know that for sure. One of them may.
Maybe George said, "Yeah, if I had a telephone, I'd use it."
I will not use a telephone. All right, we'll be right back.
All right.
My Parents Open Carry, the new international children's book sensation. Bill Maher had this to say.
My Parents Open Carry.
Thanks, Bill. What a great recommendation. Hey, Bill, what makes Brenna's parents different?
Mom and Dad are both safe because they're packing.
And Stephen Colbert, what's the book about?
And it tells the heartwarming story of Brenna.
Nice summary. And Stephen agrees with Bill on what makes Brenna's parents different.
Unlike other parents, Brenna's mom and dad carry loaded weapons openly, which might make her feel different. But her father reassures her that, Brenna, there is evil in this world, and we want to protect you the best we can. When seconds count, the police are minutes away. What a beautiful bedtime story.
And be sure to check out the #1 best-selling children's book in government category at Amazon.com or at myparentsopencarry.com.
At odds.
Paid non-attorney spokesperson Adam Pulaski of the Pulaski Law Firm with principal office in Houston, Texas is the attorney responsible for the content of this ad. This ad is not legal advice, and the choice of a lawyer should not be based solely upon advertisement. Services may not be available in all states.
Attention Xarelto users. If you or a loved one took Xarelto and suffered a serious bleeding event, you may be entitled to financial compensation. Xarelto is a popular prescription blood thinner used to prevent blood clots and protect patients from strokes. But doctors have recently discovered they are unable to reverse or control serious side effects, such as internal bleeding caused by Xarelto. These serious bleeding events have led to numerous cases of hospitalization and even death. Call now if you or a loved one was hospitalized from any form of internal bleeding or stroke after taking Xarelto. You may be entitled to a cash award and substantial financial compensation. Don't be a silent victim. There is limited time to file a claim, so call now. Call 800-837-9483. Phone lines are open 24/7. Call 800-837-9483. That's 800-837-9483. Again, 800-837-9483.
Hi, this is Jeff Carlisi from the band 38 Special. The mainstream media has failed the American people once again. Internet radio networks like Red State Talk Radio will not fail you. Tune in 24 hours a day. Studios A and B. Great conservative programming around the clock. Red State Talk Radio, the dominant force in Internet conservative talk radio.
The offer of a franchise can only be made through delivery of a franchise disclosure document. Imagine yourself being a leader in America's fastest growing demographic category. More than 10,000 people a day turn 65, and a large percentage are going to need a helping hand at home or in choosing the right assisted living community. Always Best Care is looking for people who've excelled at everything they've done, but they're seeking a new challenge. Always Best Care is one of the fastest growing companies in this explosive field. We're looking for 25 new franchisees to keep our booming business growing. We'll back you up with the strongest award-winning marketing program in the industry, and we'll provide the special training and support that's fueled our growth to prepare you for this great opportunity. All that's missing is you. Call Always Best Care toll-free at 1-800-643-3819. That's 1-800-643-3819. For Always Best Care, 1-800-643-3819. Call today.
When our water heater broke down last month, it was a nightmare. It took 5 hours for the plumber to show up, and he charged us a couple of $100 just to come out. And then it cost another $1,800 to put in the new water heater. By the time it was all said and done, I felt like I'd been taken. But what else could I do?
The smartest thing you can do is get a home warranty from American Residential Warranty. Their home warranties pay to repair or replace all your major appliances when they break, and they will break, and at the worst possible time. Call American Residential Warranty right now for free information on home warranties starting at just pennies a day. Don't wait for your refrigerator to stop running or your ceiling fans to stop turning. Call American Residential Warranty right now. Ask how you can save up to 50% on washer and dryer coverage. Just call 877-595-5381. That's 877-595-5381. Again, 877-595-5381. Call now.
now on. The only people you need to listen to.